If you're looking for the latest health craze to try, look no further than the cold plunge tubs that are popping up everywhere, from the homes of the rich and famous to your local gym. Celebrity chef Guy Fieri, who you might know from his show Diners, Drive-Ins and Dives, has one in his own kitchen. And HL great Marc Messier has one at his house. And if you follow these athletes on social media, you may have seen them taking daily cold plunges as part of their workout routine. It involves plunging your body into very cold water, which can be anywhere from freezing to just above ice point. This type of cold exposure has been used for centuries to treat everything from arthritis to depression. We talked to doctors, medical experts, and cold plunge enthusiasts to get all sides of the story and separate fact from fiction. Here's what we found. While cold plunges may seem like a harmless way to relax and socialize, first, start slowly and gradually work your way up to colder temperatures. There is some evidence to suggest that cold plunges may make exercise feel more intense, which could be good or bad depending on your goals. One 2021 study published in the journal Plunge found that cold water immersion after exercise led to greater perceived exertion than when participants were allowed to warm up afterwards. In fact, one study published in the Journal of Strength and Conditioning Research found that cold water immersion after exercise led to decreased strength and power output compared to when participants were allowed to warm up afterwards. Another study published in the International Journal of Sports Medicine found no difference in endurance or recovery time between athletes who took cold plunges and those who didn't. So if you're an athlete looking to get a competitive edge, cold plunges may not be the way to go. In other words, cold plunges may make you feel like you worked harder during your workout, which could be motivating. Even if you're not convinced that cold plunges are right for you, there are still plenty of ways to reap the benefits of cold exposure without investing in an expensive tub. Cold plunges may be all the rage right now, but they're not necessarily right for everyone. And don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an exciting new development in the world of science and technology. Before you jump in, weigh the pros and cons carefully and consider your own health conditions and goals. If you decide that cold plunges are right for you, be sure to do them safely and listen to your body. But if you're not so sure, there are plenty of ways to enjoy the benefits of cold exposure without taking the plunge. For example, you can take a cold shower, or better yet, a contrast shower where you alternate between hot and cold water. You can also immerse yourself in a cold bath or ice bath, although it's important to note that these should only be a few inches deep. And finally, you can try cryotherapy, which involves exposing your body to very low temperatures for a short period of time. While cryotherapy is often done in a specialized chamber, there are also at-home cryotherapy devices available. No matter which option you choose, it's important to do it safely and listen to your body. On the other hand, if you're trying to recover from a tough workout, you may not want to make it feel more intense than it already is. Ultimately, it's a personal decision whether or not to use a cold plunge after a workout, and it's important to listen to your body and do what feels right for you. This will give your body time to adjust and reduce the risk of shock. It's also important to take breaks and get warm again after being in a cold plunge. And don't forget to stay hydrated by drinking warm beverages before and after your dip. If you have any concerns about the safety of cold plunges, talk to your doctor beforehand. They can actually be dangerous for people with certain health conditions. But unfortunately, the evidence to support this claim is mixed at best. A small study published in the International Journal of Sports Physical Therapy found that cold plunges were effective at reducing muscle soreness for up to 48 hours after exercise. However, another study published in the Journal of Strength and Conditioning Research found no difference in muscle soreness between people who took cold plunges and those who didn't. So if you're hoping to use cold plunges to alleviate muscle soreness, you may be disappointed. Because the extreme temperature changes involved in cold plunges can put a strain on the cardiovascular system, which can be risky for people with heart problems. Additionally, Cold water can cause the blood vessels in the skin to constrict, which can reduce blood flow to the limbs and make it difficult for people with circulation problems to rewarm themselves afterwards. And let's not forget about hypothermia, which occurs when the body's temperature drops below 95 degrees Fahrenheit. Symptoms of hypothermia include shivering, confusion, and slurred speech. And if left untreated, it can lead to death. While it's unlikely that someone would die from a cold plunge unless they stayed in the water for a long period of time, it's still important to be aware of the risks and take precautions. But in recent years, it has become popular an add-on service at gyms and physical therapy clinics where people will take 30-second cold plunges immediately after a workout. Okay, here's the thing. Cold plunges aren't hot tubs, and yes, we know that may sound obvious, but it's important to remember that temperature is key when it comes to hydrotherapy, which uses water for therapeutic purposes. Hot tubs, hot springs, and hot pools have long been touted for their potential health benefits, which include relieving pain, improving circulation, and reducing stress. A 2017 study found that spending time in a hot tub may even improve symptoms of depression. By contrast, most of the purported benefits of cold plunges seem to be based on anecdotal evidence rather than scientific studies. And there's little consensus among experts about what temperature water needs to be in order to provide therapeutic benefit. Some cold plunge enthusiasts recommend keeping the water just above freezing, while others suggest temperatures as low as 50 degrees Fahrenheit or lower. But the truth is, there is no one-size-fits-all answer, and it's important to listen to your body and not go to cold. People who aren't celebrities are also hopping on the trend. Searches for cold plunge tubs have increased nearly 600% year-over-year, according to Google Trends. And according to industry insiders, sales of the tubs have skyrocketed during the pandemic. But before you shell out money for one of these expensive tubs or head to the nearest ice bath, it's important to understand what science says about the potential risks and rewards of this trendy therapy. First things first, what exactly is cold plunge therapy? Well, it sounds simple enough, so why would anyone want to do something so unpleasant? The idea is that the extreme cold temperature causes blood vessels to constrict, which forces blood away from the extremities and back to the core. Then when you warm up, the blood returns to the muscles, bringing oxygen and nutrients along with it. Proponents say this alternating constriction and expansion of blood vessels increases circulation and reduces inflammation. That's just one of the many potential benefits that cold plunge enthusiasts say they've experienced. Others include improved mental clarity, reduced muscle soreness, and faster recovery times. There's even some research to back this up. One small study published in the Journal of Science and Medicine in Sport found that taking a cold plunge reduced muscle soreness and improved range of motion in athletes who had recently completed a strenuous exercise. But other experts aren't so sure the alleged benefits of cold plunges are worth the risk. Cold plunges won't give you the same benefits as a hot tub. Cold plunges may worsen certain health conditions. It's not all doom and gloom though. There are a few things you can do to make cold plunges safer. Cold plunges may make working out feel more intense. Cold plunges may not do much to reduce muscle soreness. As we mentioned earlier, one of the most popular reasons for taking cold plunges is to reduce muscle soreness. Cold plunges may not improve athletic performance. While some athletes swear by cold plunges, there is little evidence to suggest that they improve performance. There are other ways to get similar benefits without a pricey tub. Well, there you have it. Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please like and share it with your friends.